Once upon a time, in a little village, nestled at the foot of a giant mountain, there was a young boy named Ben. Ben was a very curious and happy child who loved playing with his friends, running through the fields and chasing butterflies. However, there was one thing that Ben did not quite understand: the value of time. You see, in the village, people were always busy. The elders worked hard in the fields, the mothers cooked meals, and the children went to school or helped with chores at home. But Ben did not think much of the time they spent working or studying. He thought it was more fun to play with his friends, even if it meant he did not finish his homework or help his mother with the chores. One day, as Ben was playing by the river, he noticed a wise old man sitting on a large rock nearby. The man was known as the storyteller of the village. He had seen many things in his life and was known to share valuable lessons with anyone who would listen. Ben, curious as always, approached the old man and said, "Why does everyone seem so busy? Why don't they just play like me? I have so much fun running around and exploring, but they always seem to be working." The storyteller looked at Ben with kind eyes and said, "A young one, I can see that you do not yet understand the value of time. Time is a gift, a treasure that we all have, but it is limited. Let me tell you a story, and perhaps you will begin to understand." Ben sat down beside the storyteller, eager to hear the tale. Long ago, the story began. There was a village not unlike this one. In this village, there was a boy named Leo. Leo, just like you, loved to play. He would spend every day in the fields, chasing birds, climbing trees, and running with his friends. But Leo did not realize that while he was playing, time was passing him by. The old man paused for a moment, then continued. One day, the village elder called Leo to his home and asked him, "Leo, my child, I need your help. There is an important task to be done, and I believe only you can help me." Leo was excited, of course, because he loved to help. But he thought he had plenty of time. "What do you need, elder?" he asked. The elder smiled and said, "I need to gather firewood for the coming winter. It is a big job, but I know you are strong and capable." But Leo hesitated. "I will help you later," he said. "Right now, I want to finish playing with my friends." The elder nodded but warned, "Time waits for no one, Leo. If you keep putting things off, you might find that there is no time left when you really need it." Ben listened closely, beginning to understand the weight of the elder's words. Days passed. The storyteller continued, and Leo continued to play, putting off his task. As the days grew shorter and winter approached, Leo realized that he had not gathered enough firewood. When the first snow began to fall, the village became cold, and the people struggled to stay warm. Leo wished he had listened to the elder and used his time wisely, but now it was too late. The storyteller's voice softened. Leo learned the hard way that time is a treasure we cannot afford to waste. If he had used his time wisely when it was given to him, he could have helped his village and made sure they were all safe and warm. Ben sat quietly, thinking about the story. He had never considered that time could be so important. "But how do I know when to play and when to work?" Ben asked. The storyteller smiled gently. "That is a very good question, Ben. Life is about balance. You can still play, laugh, and enjoy your childhood, but remember that time spent learning, helping others, and working towards your goals is also valuable. If you use your time wisely, you will find that there is always enough for both play and work, rest and learn. Each part has its own time." The boy thought long and hard about the story advice. "I understand now," Ben said slowly. "Time is a gift. If I waste it, I may miss out on the important things. like helping my family or learning something new. The storyteller noted exactly when time is precious. When you use your time wisely, it helps you grow, learn, and become the best version of yourself. Remember that every important counts. From that day on, Ben started to change the way he used his time. He still enjoyed playing with his friends, but he made sure to complete his homework, help his mother with the chores, and listen to the lessons of the village elders. He learned that by using his time wisely, he could enjoy both work and play, and that each movement was an opportunity to learn something new and make a difference. As Ben grew older, he became known for his hard work, wisdom, and ability to balance both the fun and important tasks of life. And whenever someone asked him how he had learned to manage his time, he would smile and tell them the story of Leo, the boy who had learned the value of time the hard way. And so, the village flourished not only because of the work of its people but because of their understanding that time, once gone, could never be returned. They treasured every moment and made the most of the precious gift they had. Moral of the story: time is a precious gift that we shall not waste. By using our time wisely, we can achieve our goals, help others, and make the most of every moment. Remember, there is a time for work, a time for play, and a time to learn, and all of them are important.